Imagine the weight of unspoken words pressing down like a gathering storm. The kind that starts with a distant rumble and ends in a deluge that washes everything away. It was at my niece's birthday party, in the heart of a cramped but cozy Seattle suburb, where the facade finally cracked. The air was thick with the scent of vanilla cake and cheap balloons, laughter echoing off walls I'd paid to keep standing. My sister, Sarah, raised her glass, wine. Of course, even with kids running around, and fixed her eyes on me with that saccharine smile. Emily, sweetie, you look absolutely drained. When's the last time you took a break from that soul-sucking job? The room chuckled, heads nodding in mock sympathy, as if my exhaustion was some punchline to their carefree lives. Little did they know, that moment ignited a fire in me, a slow-burning fury born from years of silent sacrifice, betrayal hidden behind familial grins, and the psychological toll of being everyone's invisible lifeline. As I stood there, forcing a smile while my hands trembled, I realized the truth. They weren't family, they were leeches. And it was time to cut them off, no matter the cost to my soul or theirs. My name is Emily, and at 38, I'd carved out a stable existence as an accountant at a bustling logistics firm in downtown Seattle. Rain-slicked streets, coffee runs in the fog, and endless columns of numbers that added up to security. That was my world. I lived in a modest studio overlooking Puget Sound, drove a reliable Subaru that I'd paid off early, and watched my 401k climb with the discipline of someone who'd learned early that life doesn't hand out second chances. No spouse, no children, just me and the quiet satisfaction of self-reliance. But beneath that polished surface lurked a shadow life, one where I funneled my hard-earned dollars into a bottomless pit called family obligation. For 4 years, I'd been bankrolling my parents and Sarah in a spacious 2-bedroom condo in Bellevue, complete with a balcony view of Lake Washington, community fitness center, and underground parking. The lease bore my name alone because their credit histories were disasters, Sarah's from maxed-out cards and abandoned gigs, my folks from a botched home flipping scheme that left them bankrupt. Just until we stabilize, Mom had pleaded, her voice cracking with feigned vulnerability. That promise echoed hollow now, as $2,500 vanished from my account monthly for rent, plus $300 for bills, endless Amazon deliveries for essentials, and tuition boosters for my niece, Lily. Because she deserves better than our messes. I told myself it was duty. The American dream twisted into familial chains, pull yourself up, then drag everyone else along. But really, it was fear of being labeled the cold, successful one who turned her back, fear of Dad's silent judgments or Mom's manipulative tears, fear that without them, I'd be truly alone in this rainy city. So I scrimped PB&J lunches to balance their gourmet takeouts, skipped yoga classes while they lounged by the pool I funded. I'd travel ads for Hawaii but settled for Netflix marathons. Dating? Rare and awkward. Who wants to explain why a professional woman can't splurge on a weekend getaway? My life shrank to fit their expansions, and the resentment simmered like Seattle's perpetual drizzle, unnoticed until it soaked through everything. Sarah, at 32, bounced between barista jobs and creative pursuits, quitting when shifts clashed with her social calendar or when managers didn't vibe. She'd crashed back with our parents after her ex bailed, leaving her with Lily, now 8 and full of innocent energy. Boyfriends came and went, each one crashing on the couch I bought, guzzling beer from the fridge I stocked. Dad, pushing 62, deemed himself overqualified for warehouse gigs, but never landed the executive roles he chased from his recliner. Mom clerked part-time at a boutique, her wages vanishing into knickknacks and spa days disguised as self-care. Twice weekly, I'd drop by with bags of groceries, organic produce, craft beers, kid snacks sitting at the table we'd all pretend was theirs. Sharing meals laced with obligatory thanks that faded over time. "You're our rock," Mom would murmur, squeezing my hand. But rocks erode, and mine was crumbling under the weight of their entitlement. The party for Lily's 9th birthday was meant to be low-key, Sarah had texted, begging for a little help with costs. I arrived laden with a custom Lego set that dented my budget, only to find chaos. 24 guests crammed in. A clown entertaining in the corner, pizza trays from a trendy spot, and a rented photo booth flashing away. The condo buzzed with energy, all on my dime without a whisper of warning. Lily beamed, hugging me tight, her joy a brief salve against the growing knot in my chest. Then I spotted Mike, Sarah's latest flame, a wannabe podcaster in his mid-30s, sprawled on my sectional with a craft IPA, contributing zilch but attitude. There she is, the workaholic aunt, Sarah called, her new blouse screaming recent splurge. Dad piped up from his spot. Must be rolling in it to afford gifts like that. The irony stung like salt in a wound. They mocked my means while devouring them. As the cake emerged, a towering unicorn masterpiece that screamed extravagance, the room hushed for Sarah's toast. A big shout out to Emily, who slaves away so we can celebrate like this. But sis, you look wrecked, those bags under your eyes? Time for some R&R before you keel over. Laughter rippled. Guests eyeing my rumpled suit from a morning audit, my unstyled hair, the briefcase I'd lugged in. Mike chimed in. Yeah, corporate grind's a killer. That's why I chase passions, not paychecks, Mom added. We've told her 1,000,000 times find a man, take a trip, but she's wedded to that desk. The humiliation burned. A public dissection of my sacrifices while they feasted on them. I mumbled. I'm managing, but inside. The dam cracked. This wasn't love, it was exploitation, wrapped in familial bows. Post-party. Sarah cornered me in the kitchen amid the cleanup I alone tackled. Hey! The bash went over, bounce house and all. Spot me $700? I'll square up soon. I transferred it on autopilot, the habit of enabling too ingrained to break yet. But as I drove home through the rain, her parting jab, "You really should cover those dark circles," echoed. Exhaustion wasn't just physical, it was the soul-deep weariness of betrayal unspoken, of giving until hollow. 3 days later, dropping off essentials Mom had begged for via text, I found the condo empty save for her tablet glowing on the counter. Intending to power it down, I glimpsed a chat thread, "Fam strategy, no M." Curiosity overrode ethics, I scrolled. And the world tilted. Weeks of messages, Sarah, Mom, Mike, plotting like conspirators. Loved her face when I hit her with the exhausted line, "Guilt equals cash," Sarah typed. Mike, "She's loaded. Tech accounting pays bank." Mom, "Still. Be grateful." Sarah, "Grateful? She dangles her success like a weapon." Next. Fake Lily's counseling needs hit the aunt guilt hard. Plans for bogus back pains, car fixes, all to siphon more. We're her only purpose, Sarah sneered. Lonely spinster with spreadsheets for friends. And after a year, we goes to Portland. Mike's buddy has cheap digs. The final blow. She looks so beat down. Easy mark. LOL. Photographs snapped. I fled. The betrayal of vice on my heart. They saw me not as sister, daughter, but as a mark, my loneliness their leverage, my love their loophole. The psychological scar ran deep. I'd isolated myself for them, forgoing connections to fund their illusions. No more. The silence of my studio that night bred resolve. Revenge wouldn't be loud, but calculated. Like the audits I mastered. I took a personal day, consulting my old law school pal, Carla. Over coffee in a bustling cafe. Lease in your name. No sublease. Evidence of intent to scam? You can boot them in 30 days. Clean and legal. We built a dossier. Bank ledgers tallying $110,000 plus drained. Audio app ready. Washington's one-party consent law my ally. Timelines of their waste. I visited more. Playing the dutiful fool. Recording their casual demands. Cars rattling. Send $1,800. Mike knows a guy, Sarah pressed. I demurred. I'll pay direct. She balked. Trust fracturing subtly. Dinners revealed schemes, Portland dreams. Once we squeeze another year. Overheard Mike on a call, free ride. Man, she's clueless from overwork. Milk it. Then dip. Armed. Carla drafted the notice. I'd serve at end of month. Covering May as their buffer. No pink slips for blood, just boundaries forged in pain. In the interim, I amplified my tired act yawning arrivals. Disheveled looks to lull them. Sunday dinner, Mom fretted over my circles. Sarah pushed Mike's podcast startup for $8,000. Family investment, Dad urged. I demanded projections. Sarah exploded, selfish as always. Hoarding while we scrape. What are you saving for no hubby? No kids? No joy. The truth in her venom. I'd paid dearly for their disdain. Final visit. Gifts for Lily. Tech fixes for Mom. Job gripes from Dad. Sarah probed the investment. Still mulling, I said. Her grip desperate. We adore you. Lies. But the hurt fueled me. Home. I crunched numbers sans their leech, saving soared. Freedom beckoned. A spa booking. House hunts. Even a tentative date app swipe. The price of my choices? Loneliness amplified. But self-respect reborn. April 30th dawned misty. From my car, I watched the server deliver fate. Phones erupted, Mom's pleas. Sarah's fury. Dad's threats. I silenced them. Emailing the bombshell. 30 days out. Docs attached transfers. Chats. Fraud plots. Calm through Carla. Backlash, guilt, homeless because of you. Threats, Sue. Begs for Lily. Extended kin chimed in. I countered. Takeover support? Silence. Work flourished in their absence. Focus sharpened. Carla fielded rants. Quashing claims with evidence. Mid-May confrontation at my office lobby. Tearful Mom. Raging Sarah. Sheepish Dad. Absent Mike. Please. A planned $2, $500 start, Mom begged. I held firm. Wanted family, got fraudsters. Vegas awaits. Right? Faces paled at exposed recordings. Invasion. Legal. Time expired. They slunk away. Sarah's curse, die alone. Ringing. But a lone beat exploited. June 1st, empty condo confirmed. Grapevine whispered, cramped Tacoma rental. No Portland paradise. I hiked Rainier trails. Dated a kind engineer. Planned a Baja escape. A text pierced, Lily's party invite. Against advice. I went for her. The dingy hall. Sparse crowd. Budget cake, a stark fall. Sarah approached, surviving. Miss you. Bitterness surfaced, must be nice. Rested. Earned it. She recoiled at my tally, cost me $110,000. Heartless. Boundaried. Lily's hug softened the edge. But as I left, Sarah's glare burned. You look responsible now. Suits you. Driving into the sunset. The revenge's cost settled. Fractured bonds. Lingering ache. But liberation's sweet release. No more tired eyes, only clear vision of a life reclaimed. At the price of silence broken and betrayals avenged.